What's up, guys? Urb Thrasher with NORML Rocks. We're here on location again for The Rock, and we're here tonight with Lionize. These guys are from Maryland. They're on tour right now. They've got not one, but they really have 2 albums out, but we're going to be talking about both. And what's up, Lionize? What's going on?
How are you?
Nathan, Hank, and Mel. How you guys tour going? Great. You guys have been on the West Coast right now. Where were you last night?
Where were we last night?
San Francisco. Yeah, day off yesterday, then San Francisco.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
So the West Coast is treating you right?
Always does.
All right, so you guys got a new album out right here, Super Czar and the Vulture. Tell us about that. What's the name? What does the name mean?
Well, it's actually, the Super Czar comes from one of the song titles, which was really just me. It was just lyrics I wrote about Vladimir Putin and his cartoonish, ridiculous lifestyle
Right
that
on.
he lives.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just a record. The title just comes from, you know, villainy, super villains, I guess is sort of the theme there.
Yeah, you know, those of us in NORML, whenever we see the word czar, it's like total villain. You know, we think of drug czar. It's like, oh my goodness, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all crazy. Well, cool, man. And so this really is like the second album of what you guys have, because this was released in December.
Mm-hmm.
And so didn't you have an album before that was released in 2011 also?
Yeah.
What's up with that, man? I mean, you guys just working all hard? Was that a plan, or you guys had so many songs you decided to do 2 albums?
It wasn't really a master plan. We wrote a record, we recorded it. We went through the shopping process of labels and that business. That lasted 6 months. Then we finally put it out on Hardline Entertainment in February, and then that had already been basically a year since we had recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were ready to make another record at that point. So we recorded Super Czar and the Vulture.
So you guys are like
summer.
a total mixture of rock and reggae and maybe jazz, and is that from different influences? You guys playing in different bands, or where does that
all
come
of our
from?
influences kind of combine each other, so we all kind of on the same page on the way.
Yeah, it's definitely
For the most part.
it's definitely a byproduct of all of us being really into all of those things. Like, we really love old soul music, and we really love jazz. We listen to tons of reggae stuff, and so I think we just wanted to play something different that reflected all of that.
Yeah. So it seems like every article I read, Clutch is in every article. Does that bother you guys? Is that cool? Are you guys still friends with Tim? Is that something you embrace? How does that make you guys feel?
That we're very good friends with them. They gave us our start when it came to touring nationally and internationally. They were the first band to really recognize us and bring us out on tour. I don't know. How can you complain when that's the company that people are keeping you with?
Exactly.
You can't really complain. They're absolutely hands down the best touring rock and roll band that there is.
I completely agree
So
with that.
when people say we're influenced by them, or in that world, that's fine with us.
But do you guys feel like you guys are starting to kind of break away from that? I do, personally. I
Yeah.
feel it now. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we did a lot of touring with them, and they have some of the best, most rabid fans you could ever have, and that really gave us a good, like, kickstart. Because the people that dug it are really going to stay with you, and they're going to care about the band. But we've just done so much. We've done a lot of touring with a lot of different bands, and so I think you're starting to see those different, markets come together more.
Yeah, I see it coming too. So one of the songs on here, the first song, Dr. Livingston. What kind of doctor is that guy, and what does he prescribe?
That's an interesting question. Well, obviously, Dr. Livingston is Stanley Livingston. I don't even want to embarrass myself by trying to get the exact, details right about the history of Stanley Livingston. But yeah, that song definitely has a lot to do with it's kind of an impending doom kind of song. So I guess it's an evil doctor.
There you
Everything
go.
else on there.
There you go. Well, those of us at NORML, man, we're always out there fighting the good fight. You know, the drug war is definitely something that we definitely don't agree with, and we're always trying to keep people out of jail. And do you guys have any feelings on where cannabis regulation's going right now, where it is today, how it is on the East Coast versus the West Coast?
Well, definitely, yeah. I definitely prefer the way it is out here for sure. And yeah, I think we probably fall in line on the same issues there.
I think no matter how you cut it, regardless of what our stance on it is, the fact that people who suffer from serious medical conditions and the only thing that helps them is the use of marijuana, I think that's completely absurd.
Yeah.
They can't have
So you guys are
access to
cool
it.
with medical versus legalization? Just should all be legal, or it's definitely...
I can't.
I can't pretend to be educated enough on the specifics of that to really have a
Well, how is it on the East
opinion.
Coast? What's the feelings on the East
It's-
Coast?
It depends where you are.
Where we are, it's definitely a lot less. It's a lot more draconian. Like, you know, there's all this. You always hear those stories about people who, like, you know, chick gets like 10 years in jail for selling an ounce of weed or something, and there's more places than you think where they can just do completely out of control stuff like that.
The Northeast is catching on, I think, a lot in Vermont and Maine and Michigan, Massachusetts, Michigan. It's, I mean, I don't know. I just think really at the core of it, if it's pretty ridiculous to face severe jail time for any drug use, whatever the drug is. I think it's a little far-fetched to spend that much tax money on locking people up.
Regardless of the ethics, it's impractical.
Right.
People have been getting high since the beginning of people. They'll continue to get high. They like to chase, to like throw all that good money after bad to stop something that's inevitable seems acid.
Yeah, right on. Right on. I appreciate you guys' feelings, and these guys are totally supporting freedom. They're supporting rock. They're out there. They're doing all kinds of stuff. So one of the things we like to do is finish off on a fun note. And so Portland, some of the things that we're kind of maybe known for, got a lot of strip clubs. Got a lot of good microbrews.
Those two kind of go hand in hand too.
And we have a Powell's bookstore, a real famous bookstore. So, if we were going to go hang out or whatever, you guys are here, would you guys be going to the strip club, go get a good, nice microbrew, or would rather just go hang out and get a good book and a cup of coffee? What would you guys be doing, Nathan?
I'm pretty sure we'd hit the microbrew.
Like the beers?
We'd hit the microbrew place up. We'd talk about going to the bookstore and probably end up at the strip club.
Right on. Hank, what's up?
And definitely the beer, you know, like feigning interest in reading, and if you drink enough, the strip club would happen.
Well, who's treating? Are you
Sure, I'll buy.
strip club or beer?
I'll buy the beer, dude.
I think
You guys
we're
are
not going to
women.
strip club because we can't. If we're on tour,
That's
we
what
can't
I'm
really afford it.
saying.
Maylene is gonna give us 21s.
Yeah.
So we might be able to do it.
I think beer is definitely going to be the first one out of those three.
Right on. What's up, Mel?
Yeah, we're definitely beer enthusiasts.
Right on.
So that'll be my vote.
Right
I can
on.
only afford
Some dead
so
guy.
much.
Isn't
I mean, lap
Like the
dancers
dead
are
guy? Cool.
lap dancers are cool, but too cool for me. Way
It's
too
gonna
cool
be
for
it's
me.
this epitaph.
Right on. These guys are Lionize, man. Check them out. They got a brand new album out, Super Czar and the Vulture. They're out there on the internet. They've got Facebook. They got MySpace. They've got some YouTube videos out there. And look them up. Support the music. They're out here with Maylene and the Sons of Disasters. You guys check those out too. And keep rocking, and appreciate you guys supporting freedom. Lionize. Yeah!